At this moment, an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Cynthia, who had not dared to reveal his identity, couldn't take care of that much now. Seeing that Ragnar had never believed in her, she hurriedly blurted out, "Mr. Ragnar, I really am the eldest daughter of the Wade family of Eastcliff. As for you just mentioned that Charlie grew up in the orphanage, I don't deny that. This is mainly because Charlie's situation is very special. His father was Chang Ying, the famous Eastcliff hero from back then. You should have heard of this, right?" Ragnar felt a little in his heart. He secretly thought, Chang Ying? This was my idol when I was young. The Chang Ying back then, with his own power, made the Wade family stand on top of the country, even straight away, and even suppressed the old European and American family rows. The arrogance of the family, that man, in the domestic business world, was a godlike existence. It is a pity that Chang Ying died young, otherwise the future was boundless. Thinking of this, he frowned and looked at Cynthia, and asked, "You said Charlie is Chang Ying's son? What evidence is there?" Cynthia blurted out, "Don't you think that the two of them look very alike? The two are simply carved out of the same mold." "What kind of evidence is needed?" Ragnar said coldly. "What you said is just nonsense. I don't even know what Chang Ying looks like. Chang Ying passed away 18 years ago. At that time, the internet in China had just started. He usually relied on TV and newspapers to obtain information. However, families like the Wade family generally do not report directly on TV and newspapers, so things about these big families are basically passed on by word of mouth from the upper class. At that time, Ragnar was in Suzhou, so he never had a chance to see him. He just heard about Chang Ying's many deeds. So, how did he know that Charlie and Chang Ying looked that same or not? Cynthia had no choice but to say, "You also read my ID card just now. My name is Cynthia, a native of Eastcliff. The word, Wade, is my surname. I have two elder brothers, the two younger brothers, the eldest brother Andrew, the second brother Chang Ying, the third brother Chang Jishan, the fourth brother Wade Chongjun, and the younger sister named Layla. These are all true. I am really the Wade family member." Ragnar frowned. Chang Ying has long been like a thunderbolt, and Cynthia has also heard about it. He couldn't help muttering in his heart, "Is what this woman said is true? If so, didn't I cause a catastrophe? If the Wade family is investigated by that time, then I am afraid that the family will be ruined." Seeing Ragnar's expression of uncertainties, and the nervousness that could not be concealed, Harold on the side was a little startled. He asked Noah in a low voice, "Dad, you said Charlie's Rag, isn't it he really a member of the Wade family?" Noah frowned and said seriously, "Don't know. It sounds impossible at first, but when I think about it, it doesn't seem to be fake. Otherwise, where did this woman emerge from? Why is she here? Even if she is not Charlie's aunt, at least she has a certain connection with him." Harold nodded repeatedly. It makes sense. Elaine was also in a cloud at this time. She had sneered at all that Cynthia said, but the more Cynthia said, the more truth she felt. She couldn't help but wonder in her heart, "Mom, is my son-in-law really the young master of the top big family? If this is true, won't I have to become so prosperous in the future?" Elaine suddenly became excited. However, after a while, the excitement in her heart was immediately replaced by despair. She looked at the menacing people around her, and wailed in her heart, "Oh, why is my life so bitter? Finally, my son-in-law has great ability, but I am tied up by these bastards, in case they really give me away. What can I do after entering the black brick kiln? Will Charlie come and save me?" Thinking of this, Elaine suddenly realized that she had treated Charlie too badly before. She thought of the past, that she had been arrogant, screaming, and even bullying and insulting him before, and she regretted it very much. She couldn't help thinking, what if Charlie still hates me in his heart? I'm missing this time. Maybe it's just as his wish. If he doesn't want me to go back at all, then he won't come to the rescue at all. Me, do I have to burn and move bricks in the black brick kiln for the rest of my life? At this point, Elaine burst into tears immediately. At this time, Ragnar looked at Cynthia and said, "Since you said you are from the Wade family, then I ask you, what evidence do you have to prove it?" Cynthia hurriedly said, "I have my checkbook and my personal signature stamp in my bag. You can take a look." Ragnar looked at Harold and blurted out, "Where is her bag?" Harold immediately returned to the van and took out Cynthia's top runway Hermes. As soon as he saw this bag, Ragnar shook his heart. Elaine didn't know the goods and couldn't recognize how much the bag was worth, but he did. Back then, his wife Yakina also participated in the Hermes Spring Show. In that show, this bag was the finale. Moreover, according to the official introduction of Hermes at the time, this bag is a collection of Hermes' top artisans, handmade, and there is only one, which is extremely valuable. At that time, Yakina matched this bag at a glance, and he had to buy it for her. It's a pity that Hermes officially stated that this bag had already been ordered by a celebrity in Eastcliff, so no one else would buy it. Yakina didn't give up, and even asked Ragnar to act like a baby, hoping that Ragnar could find a way to help her buy this bag. Ragnar tried several times, but the other party did not let go. Later, a senior Hermes official told Ragnar that this bag had been ordered by a member of the top family of Eastcliff and persuaded him to give up. Ragnar heard that it was ordered by a member of Eastcliff's top big family, and immediately understood that the other party was definitely not an object of competition.